Hello, in this video we're going to talk about negative angles. Okay, negative angles. So as you know that the formula for negative angle that you learned in your secondary school, in the sign of negative theta, you were getting negative sine theta, right? And the cos of negative theta, you are getting the cos theta, right? Because of the graphical that the cos theta function is an even function, so which is they are actually symmetry about the y-axis, right? So for tangent negative theta is negative tangent theta, right? So this is the three basic the negative angles, right? Negative angles. So okay, you have to understand that why sine negative theta you're getting negative sine theta. Then you can look at the graph. Okay, you can look at the graphical. So in this video, I'm going to talk at how to using this negative angle in evaluate these 6 trigonometric. So now cos negative 60. So if you see at cos negative 60, so always we want that the angle is positive, so that easy to evaluate, right? So so cos negative 60, it will be cos 60, right? Based on this, it will become a positive. So as you see that cos negative theta, you are getting cos theta, right? So means negative 60, you are getting cos 60. So cos 60, if you know that if you already know the value for cos 60, you can memorize, which is actually 1 over 2, right? Cos 60 is 1 over 2. So very simple. So let's see tangent negative 30, right? Tangent negative 30. So it's a negative angle, right? So then you know that tangent negative theta is the same as negative of the tangent theta. So which is the negative of the tangent theta? Negative tangent 30 degree. So then you know that tangent 30 degree, by the special angle, the value, you will have 1 over square root of 3, right? So this will be the value of tangent negative 30. So let's look at number 3 and number 4. Right? Let's look at part 3 and part 4. This is apply the negative angle. So you know that sine negative 120, sine negative theta is the same as negative sine theta, right? Based on this negative angle, so we have sine negative theta is the same as negative of the sine theta. So alright, sine 20. Okay, as you know that in your trigonometric knowledge, you have learned that there is in this quadrant, all the sine, right, means the sine, cos, tangent, all is positive, right? All is positive. And for this will be sine, cos, tangent. You have 3. So the sine of any value here in this quadrant means from 90 up to 180. In between these two values, the sine will be always positive. But for cos, for the angle between these two values is always negative and negative, right? Whereas for this one, you have cos, tangent, right? So they have, okay, I write here t, so sine, cos, tangent. This one tangent always positive from 180 to 270, third quadrant. So, and this one will be negative. So for this one, C, the sine, cos, tangent, the cos will be positive, whereas this will be negative, right? So how to memorize this one? Some school teacher will already introduce you the mnemonic for this, right? Or what? Add sugar to coffee, right? You can set this one to be add sugar to coffee. Or some even worse, they're using the word, all science teacher crazy. This is not nice, right? So we're using add sugar to coffee better. So we memorize this way. So now we are looking this one is which quadrant, right? Sine 120 is which quadrant? 120 is between, so 120, right? 120 is from here. As you know that positive angle means you're going counterclockwise, right? You're going counterclockwise, you reach 180 here. So this is 180 here. So the supplementary angle here will be the 60. This is the knowledge when you study in your secondary school. So 120. So if this here will be 60, right? 60. So this is a negative. So at this quadrant, sine at this quadrant is positive, right? So it will be sine 60 degree, the supplementary angle here. So which will be negative. Sine 60 is square root of 3 over 2 easily. Alright, you can evaluate sine negative 120 without calculator. Alright, let's look at cos 630. Alright, cos 630 degree. So cos 630 degree, you have to draw out the, so that you know which quadrant will it be. Right, it's a positive, so you don't need to apply the negative angle. So 630 is 361 time, right? 361 time. So you have 360, then you take the 630 minus with 360, then you have remaining cos. You have cos, it's the same as cos 270, right? It's the same as cos 270. So what is the value of cos 270? Right? So, okay, for this type of angle, you better understand the graph for cos. So cos will be looking at this way, right? It will be this way. So this one is 0, and this will be 90, and this is 180, and this one will be 270. As you see that cos 90, this is a graph for cosine. So cos 90, cos 270 is actually 0. Sorry, is the value will be 0. So, okay, now this is the way you evaluate. So, okay, let's look at the example 5 and 6. Alright, let's continue with question 5. Tangent 510 without using calculator. Right? So, tangent 510. So, as you know that tangent, so this is already over 360, right? So, you draw out the quadrant that you know that is actually going 360 and additional for don't know how many angles here. Okay, so you're going to take 510 minus with 360, you have 150. Means you go one round, then you have another 150. You are reaching at the second quadrant here, right? You are reaching at the second quadrant here. So means that so you have 360 plus with another 150. So what is a supplementary angle? Supplementary angle means you add up the two angles, you're getting 180. So 150, the supplementary angle will be 30 degree. Right? And in the second quadrant, tangent in the second quadrant. Finally, you reach at second quadrant for tangent. So based on the second quadrant, sine is positive, but tangent is negative. So you have to put a negative here. Tangent of the acute angle here. So which will be 30 degree. So now if you have a negative tangent 30, then the tangent 30 is 1 over square root of 3. So this will be the answer for number 5. Alright, let's look at number 6. Number 6. You have cosecant, right? Cosecant of negative 675. And cosecant, you know that is actually 1 over sine of negative 675 degree. Right? So now I know that cosecant is 1 over sine negative 675. So now I'm focusing on finding the values of sine negative 675. So I have to apply the negative angle here because there is a negative inside here. So I have a negative 675 degree. So based on the negative angle, sine negative theta is negative of sine 675 degree. Right? Negative sine 675 degree. So let's look at 675 degree. So which quadrant that this sine fall? So you see 675, 360, right? 360. So then you take 675 minus a bit one cycle, 360, you have 315. You have a dash, and it means that 675 is actually 360 plus with 315. It's not even 2 cycles. So 1 cycle, then going for 315. This is 180, right? 380. So 380 and 270, because 360 plus with 270. And I want to know how many more, right? So which that I taking 360, 315, right? You know that 315 is already over 270. You're taking 360. 1 cycle is 360 minus away 315, which you have 45 degree. You have 45 degree. So now you know that negative, be careful, sine, this is the fourth quadrant, right? The fourth quadrant cos is positive, but sine is negative. So the sine 675 have to put a negative here, right? A negative here. So it'll be sine for the acute angle now is 45 degree, right? Negative, negative, positive. So you're getting sine 45 degree, which is actually 1 over square root of 2, right? So this is the way you evaluate the angle by evaluate the trigonometric of an angle by using the negative angle and the knowledge of the sign of the trigonometric ratio in this 4 quadrant. That's all for this video.